Hello everyone and welcome back. If it's your first time here, please take a moment to subscribe and give me a follow on Instagram. The algorithm overlords appreciate it. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the knife that I really love. This is the Böker Plus Nessmi Pro Black, which was designed by Jesper Voxnes. Böker is a German knife manufacturer that dates back to about the 17th century. Being a history buff and a Tomb Raider only in my dreams, I always love learning about history, so to hear that Böker is as old as it really fascinated me. So let's indulge my 5-year-old Indiana Jones brain with a fascinating but relevant story about the style of knife this Nessmi Pro is based on, and is somewhat borrowing its name from. There was an American adventurer named George Washington Sears, and he was an early conservationist. He wrote about his life in the wilderness under the pen name Nessmuk, in honor of the Native American man who taught him. In his writings about his adventures, he mentioned that he always had a trinity system of cutting tools that he carried with him: a hatchet, a light fixed blade, and a substantial moose pattern folder, which is a slip joint with 2 blades, and also a funny name. Nessmuk had sketched up this trinity set, which may be a precursor to the modern EDC pocket dumps we see on Instagram, and a fixed blade knife that he drew, which looked quite a bit like this knife here. Over time, people began to refer to this design as the Nessmuk knife. However, the original creator of the knife itself is unknown. Ooh, spooky. If you want to learn more, I encourage you to visit the Google. Jesper Voxnes, when designing this knife, wanted to honor Sears by creating a knife that was designed for outdoor use but was also lightweight. This is my second review for a fixed blade knife, but there are noticeable differences between this and the Ferrum-forged Lackey that I reviewed last. Check out my channel for that video. A fixed blade knife means that it does not open or close. The blade itself is fixed into place. This blade, like the Lackey, also is a full tang knife. The piece of steel that makes up the blade also extends the full length and width of the knife's handle. This can be important for the overall strength of the knife because the knife is stationary with no moving parts. It is going to be easier to maintain though than folding knives. The blade length on the Nessmi is 2.76 inches with an overall length of 6.10 inches. And this is me saying blah blah, same ass-saving words about please check your local laws for blade restrictions. But seriously, it's always good to learn what you can and cannot carry in your area. The blade on the Nessmi is made from D2 steel, and it has a nice black finish overall due to the black powder coating. There are other versions of this knife that don't have the coated blade if you prefer that. D2 is a popular blade steel with good toughness and edge retention, but it can corrode in wet conditions, so it is good to oil the blade every now and then. The black powder coating will help the blade resist the corrosion as well. So this blade has a flat grind that goes up about 2/3 of the blade. This gives the knife good cutting efficiency while maintaining a lot of that strength. The knife is suitable for outdoor activities such as hunting, but it is good for everyday things like opening up packages of coffee that I refuse to admit that I have an addiction to. The handle scales, as you can see here, are made from black micarta. Micarta is a composite that is made from layers of natural material such as burlap, canvas, linen, or even paper that is soaked in resin and compressed into a sheet. This material actually dates back to the 1910s and makes it a great handle material because it gets grippier when it's wet, but it is softer and therefore it's not as durable as G10, but it is still pretty strong. The Nessmi has some beautiful hollow copper rivets here that break up the all black look well. My boyfriend had this matching black micarta and copper custom bead made by CrookCustoms on Etsy, and it's attached with a simple strip of black leather. This knife retails about $55, which I think is a great price considering it comes with a nice leather sheath as well. The sheath has a nice loop here to attach it to your belt if your pants have the ability to add a belt. But here we are. Girl pants also have fake belt loops. Seriously, I cannot make this shit up. Aesthetically speaking, some websites have said this knife looks very tactical, where I would argue it still has a sort of elegance with the shape of the knife itself. Overall though, this is one of the most beautiful knives I have seen personally, and I am happy to have it in my collection. I'm definitely going to be making a set for this, so I'll be sure to add some photos of my progress on my Instagram account. As always, I try to end with something inspirational, something nice, because everything is basically on fire, but it's fine. So my inspiration for you all today is if you have never tried scrambled eggs or eggs with kimchi, I recommend you try it. I think it's amazing, and kimchi is also very good for you. So be sure to like and subscribe because it helps the robot overlords know that you like me. I also have an Instagram with photos of my setups at Petite EDC. Thank you everyone for taking the time and making it to the end. My self-esteem thanks you.